I found the easiest gear in Rouble farm in all of Tarkov history. I've played since like 218, when it came in open beta, whenever that was. This goes beyond anything I've ever seen. For some reason, it seems like nobody really knows about this yet, because there's been the Halloween event and whatnot, and now people doing the streamer challenge. I'm not. I'm finding the ways for you guys to get loaded in Tarkov, okay? For some reason, they changed the rogue behavior up in this last patch a week or two ago, and it's been nuts. When you enter water treatment, all the rogues will hunt you down, and I'm gonna show you the easiest way to clean them all up with pretty much any gun. Maybe not a sniper, because they do come in packs too, but anybody can do this. Get a couple of practice runs. I'm gonna give you all the tips and tricks, you know, how to complete this without any trouble, and how to get in and out real easily. So first, let's talk about the spawns. This is all of them. I'm going to separate them into a couple of groups and explain exactly what I do for the max profit and max speed to get to the rogues the safest path possible. So if you spawn on one of these three here, I like to move across to the big chalet or whatever and loot a couple of saves there, and then be on my way following this path up towards water treatment. If you get the full map experience, meaning one of these four, I like to hit up all the goodies. Okay, there's a lot of rare spawns. I'm going to show you them in this video too, just the ones that I hit, and then I move across and follow the rest of the path from the other spawns. If we get one of these four clothes, I don't really loot anything. I just scoot in there and get the rogue loot and get out. And lastly, there's the mountain spawns. From these, I just head in there and get stuff done and get out. So those are the spawns. This is the path that I use. Next up, let's get into a couple of these really good rare loot spawns, and then I'll get right to the rogue farm, because that's what we're all here for. But I do want to make this video to maximize your profit, because don't skip the goodies just to get in there. Everybody else is gonna fail, okay? Only you guys who watch this video will know how to get stuff done. Let's get into this video. Okay, so here's the money run. First of all, we spawned at one of these four faraway spawns that we talked about, and I'm going to show you guys just the quick little goodie spots that I hit on the way into water treatment. It's rare loot spawned by this crashed helo. On this chair there can be goodies, and on the side of it. Unfortunately, unlucky this time. We're going to continue up to these buildings up ahead. Once you come up to these buildings, you can slow down here and listen for footsteps inside the building, which will most of the time be wood. Kind of a good way to hear if there's someone already in there. But once you get up here, we're gonna go through the rare loot spawns real quick. In the first, go to the right, check the door here, see if it's open, and check this too. That kind of is an indicator of whether or not there's already players here. Also look over the railing. Sometimes people like to sit there, but for the loot, that's what we're here for. Rare loot med spawn there. We got a safe over here we can hit. A little skull, nothing bad. Up next, we got two toolboxes here. One here, one over there. They're both up this time. They're not guaranteed to be anymore with the new looting system. The dynamic loot. First rare loot spawn in this. Make sure to scan it. See if there's a white dot that shows up. Over here, you can have some goodies too. And on this too. Unlucky, on to the next. Out here, ammo spawn. Down here, you want to scan. As this clip shows right here. Rare loot right here. This one's important. And you just found out why. There's a Bitcoin hidden here. And see how I look for that white dot that showed me it was there. It's inside that shelf right here. Scan around the table. We get a little GP. All these things could be the Vertexes, the military radio controller, the VPX, the Bitcoins, all the goodies. Scan on this shelf. Over on the side of the pool table. Over here they could be. There. And here. And on this side of the pool table too. Down below next, there is an intelligence spawn right here. According to my viewers, I have not seen it yet, but it could be you're more lucky than me. Out here to the left, over the barrel, rare loot spawn there. And when I say rare loot, it's all these goody items. Anything from bitcoins to freaking mules to all kinds of stuff. Two spawns here. Make sure you go down here, scan for that white dot to show up again. Did I just forget? Oh my god, it's a double spawn. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That body right there. All this rare loot is just from that one building. Again, this has been a very unlucky rare loot spawn route so far, but I'm just showing you the spawns and telling you what you can come out with. Roller here. Could be any rare loot item from that rare loot item pool. Keep in mind that any of those could be bitcoins too. Over the wall. Down below here we go. Do exactly like that, and you won't take any fall damage. Slow down when you come down here. Get that full stand bar, because up next we're going out into the open. You come to the gate, send it, scan to the left, see if you see any players rolling down the hill or sitting on the hill. If not, then hopefully you're good. In the box here, there's a rare loot spawn. Behind this bar area there is on these shelves. Next up, we're going to cut through here to the left, over the board, and upstairs to 2 saves. Now, there's 2 keys you want here. The USEC second and first key saves. These. First save key, second save key. Get those. They're huge. It's not a traditional safe. It could be rare loot on those 3 shelves in there. Next safe is in here. Same deal. There could be any kind of rare loot on those shelves too. Again, super unlucky with the rare loot on this run. This is actually bad. So if you think this is okay, it's not. It's not okay. Jump over. Make sure you don't overshoot it like I did. Land on that and you won't take any fall damage. So once we roll up to this shack right here, you want to check the chairs for rare loot. And inside here, you'll find a little goody goody. Potentially. Check all the chairs. See if you get lucky. Hop on over this fence. If you struggle to jump over tall things, hold your sidewalk button and you jump a little higher than you would if you go directly at it. Next up, right here by this tree, hop down while you hug the wall. Land here and you won't take any fall damage. The bleed is from a previous fight. Next up, we're going to cut over this hill. Down to the road. Once you get across, this building here can have a Bitcoin spawn. I have been told there's a couple more spawns, but I'm not sure exactly where. So let me know if you guys know and we'll share it. Right here is a rare loot spawn. There's also a little Duffy sometimes. Next up, we head out to the left here. Rogues will not shoot you from over on the turrets or anything here. Scavs might. Sometimes they're cracked, sometimes they're not. Hop across here. The reason why I go this route instead of over there is because a lot of people like to sit up on the hills and scope out players crossing to get over there. We don't want to deal with that. So we take the safer route to the loot. Next up, we head across here. And then all the roads that we have talked about lead here to the water treatment. So we're going to head in there. We're going to head for the right side. So when we push in here, what's new about the rogues? A couple of weeks ago, they changed something. People haven't found out about it or people just died to it. But once you go in there, they all come for you. So you hear this guy on the roof, he might not always be there. But even if he's not, the rest of the gang will show up. So we go into this room. You want a gun with a flashlight. That's it. It can be pretty much any gun. I've done it with a 5.7. It can be done. So we're going to line up here and I'll go over it as I'm doing it live. No. Don't come over here, everybody. This is where the party's at. So when they come from the right, we want to aim with a headshot. And as soon as the door opens, we just tap a couple of times. Just like that. Sometimes when they come from the left, they face with the door. And you can tap them in the head before they get to open it. So in case there's more. There's also one coming from the right. So we're going to try to aim headshot height here. Missed it. That's okay.
Oh, fuck. Teammates down.
If you don't get to close the door, then you kind of just spray into them a little bit. But always aim for the headshots. Don't waste your life with body shots. It's not going to be good. We hear more walking to the right and left. So we still got more coming. That's a scav. And a rope. I guess they're buddies. And then you sit and wait because they can come from all the way across. Now, some people might have killed some of the rogues up front, which means we'd get less here, but you can get more than 10. The max we've seen so far is 12, which I don't think it's going to be higher than that. They're still coming. Aim for the head. As soon as it opens. That was another scav, though. But there could still be more in the way. Some of them walk from all the way across. Normally they sprint, but some like to walk. Yeah, we still have more. Get ready again. I think that's just rogues killing scavs by the sound of it. Oh, here he comes. This guy's because he's sprinting. He's going to face through the door a little bit with his head. So if we're good, we can land a heady. Oh, no mind. Yep. It's kind of funky. There you go. X-grid armor, man. And this has a bunch of attachments that sells for a lot of money, too. You can get millions of rubles doing this. But this, even this, was actually a small run. You can get, as I said, on the other side of 10 is what we've seen. 12 is the max we've seen. And that makes quite a big pile if you manage to stack them all. Because this is already a big pile. Check for BP ammo on these. You can get lucky with that. And they all have 4 mags when it's the AKs. And that would be 120 BP, which is more than 250k rubles just in ammo. And then you look at the attachments, the suppressor, you can go for like 100k plus, 30k, 15k, something like that, and all adds up. Even the mount for the suppressor or the adapter, you can sell for money too. So, it's all about the attachment doing this money farm. Little RD, you can get mutants, you can get the whole thing. Unfortunately, I don't have the big bag with me, so I'm kind of limited. Once you feel a little more confident, you can also do it with a 5.7. And once you get that unlocked down, man, you are farming. Now, I didn't have the footage anymore of me clearing them with a 5.7. Did it live on stream. But the point of it is, if you go in with a pistol, you can carry even more guns out, which is more Roubles. Oh, there's another one down here too. I mean, overall, pretty decent loot. We're going to go ahead and take this rig instead because that is like 60k alone. The M4 we're then not going to be able to take out probably. Unless I take the bag and I could do some kind of magnificent Tetris. But I could. Hold up. Let me cook. Never say no to loot, chat. Ever. Yeah, I said this, even though this looks like a lot of loot to a lot of people, this is not a lot of loot compared to what you can get. What I mean by that is we've cleared them multiple times when there's 10 or about 10. And imagine all the guns you get. 10 guns and armor. You get helmets. You get attachment. Really, the attachments is what you want an idea of what those sell for. Because then you know each run you take those attachments off. You repair the rest of the gun to level up your weapon repair skills so you can get enhancements easily. It's cheap to do. And then you just, yeah, sell the base gun and sell all the attachments on the flea market. And you make a bank that way. Now, the reason why I didn't upload one of those is because they weren't as clean and I wanted to make it where I talked about exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. So there's no confusion and so you guys can watch this back if you have any issue with clearing them. And if you do have an issue, come live to my stream too and tell me about it and I'll try to do a live run for you. See, this skull didn't load in until I was all the way up here. So that's another 50, 60k right there. Toolbox can be right there. And that's it. You don't have to worry about the turrets because those are the guys that come down and hunt you. It's weird. I don't know why they work like this now, but it makes for some good farming. Extra armor, BP ammo, attachment that sells for a lot. You name it. It's good. And people haven't figured it out yet. Most people go in water treatment and they get wrecked. Next up though, we don't care about Northern Checkpoint at all because that's where player scavs, other players might be at. We don't want to go that route. We're going to go up here. First of all, I haven't popped a mule yet because we're going to look if the cap is up. The cap is not up. So we pop our mule since we're not regenning anymore. You can also do your Tremble, SJ6 combo, whatever you prefer. And then you just follow this path that it will be now be sped up for you guys. And that's it. Try this for like 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you have available. And see just how surprised you get once you figured out how to do it consistently. I didn't really struggle much in the beginning when I started out. But as soon as I knew how to shoot them at the door before they opened the door, really, is when it just became so easy to do. So I hope you guys make a ton of Roubles before they change the AI behavior because they got to. Because this is a golden farm. Thank you guys for watching. Please do leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment if I missed anything, if you want to contribute anything. And I'll see you guys in the next one.